Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Muhammad Hydrouluc Bahasa Free. Nama itu adalah 11 DKA 19F1052 dari DKA. Now, I will show you about simulation about water jet force. Now the procedure is, number 1 is click or tap on the start button to start the experiment. Number 2 is the water shall start flowing through the pipe. The level in jet shall start rising. Number 3, the water will go through the nozzle and hit the flat plate and displace the scale. Try to change the flow speed by using control flow speed glider. Bring the glider to the left will slow down the water flow, whereas bringing it to the right will speed it up. Number 5 is the control flow speed glider is dynamic and can be changed midway when the water is filling up too. The last one is number 6 is click or tap on the reset button to restart the experiment afresh with empty apparatus. Sheesh! Now the objective experiment is to investigate jet force impacting against stationary deflectors. Second, to compare the experimental results with the theoretical calculate value. The theory is impact of jet apparatus enable experiment to be carried out on the reaction force produced on vents when the jet of water impact on the vent. The study of this reaction force is an essential step in the subject of mechanics of fluid, which can be applied to hydraulic machinery such as the Pelton wheel and the impulse turbine. Here have four surface for water jet. First is flat plate. Second is hemisphere, third is slope, fourth is cone. The apparatus used are hydraulic bench, impact of jet apparatus, is loading, deflector, stopwatch, and the last one is stopwatch. Here the procedure. Here got 13 procedure to do this experiment. Now the data for the experiment. Discussion. Comparison of the 4 bodies with completing the table below. Plot the graph force measured vs calculated force for different deflector. Discuss your graph result. Now discussion for graph. For flat plate, the heavier the loading put on the top the apparatus, the higher the calculated force. The heavier the loading will cause the flat to become closer to the water jet because of the short amount of time needed for the water jet to reach the plate, and this resulting in a higher calculated force. For hemisphere, the more the load put on the apparatus, the more flatter will be. For cone, the heavier the loading put on the top of the apparatus, the higher the calculated force, but when the loading are too heavier, the calculated force will drop. This is because the heavier loading causes the cone to come closer to the water jet, thus shortening the amount of time needed for the water jet to reach the plate, and this resulting in a higher calculated force. But When the cone are too close to the water jet, it results in a drop of calculated force as the water bounces back toward the water jet and slowing the force of the calculated force. The conclusion is, to conclude, it can be stated that the result that we obtain for the theoretical value and the experimental value is incorrect. This is due to the fact that the difference between the theoretical value and the experimental value is 3.33%, which is really high. The lack of accurateness of the apparatus assumption and limitation during the experiment and human error are the three main reasons behind the discrepancy. The reference, and thank you.